Right, how we doing, folks? Welcome to Bunker Wednesday. Another one. Here we are. Quite rushed this one is actually. I've really at the lower sort of time spectrum there. I can't get any more time, unfortunately. But what are we talking about today then? Dover Castle. Got some bits I need to go over because I've done a trip at Dover Castle. Sunday, just gone. It's a free trip. You book it and then you turn up and they take you down in Dumpy and then you give you an insight into, you know, what they were used for. Basically more of the Cold War end, 1960s, Cuban Missile Crisis and all that sort of stuff. Because later, you know, it was refurbished, Dumpy was. But yeah, first, got some new coax cable. This stuff, what was it? I think it's RG213, I believe, off the top of my head, folks. I haven't got the phone's recording here, so I can't get that. But this stuff is really thick. Look at that. Look at that ding-dang do, isn't it? So, whoa, blimey. I'll do a video of installing that. Basically, I've got an idea what I want to do here, and yeah, and beyond sort of style. So also a project that started on members only and Patreon. I started refurbishing this, as you can see there. I'm not going to say what it is just yet, but yeah, it's a piece of Cold War history that I'm sort of refurbishing there. So check that out, folks. That's very interesting, especially what you find inside and stuff like that. Let's have a quick look over glance at Dover Castle. The tunnels were repurposed at 1958, handed over to the Home Office for adaptation into one of 10 purpose regional seats of government. It says one of 10, but Dover was region 12. I don't understand it. Even the bloke at the tour said it didn't understand why it was but 12. I read it's 12, but I'm sure he said 11. There's a lot of confusion about Dumpy. There's not a lot of information on it, really. I've got a quick video I'm going to show you. I used information from the Subbrick website, basically made a small voiceover narration. I hope it makes sense because it was rushed again, folks, unfortunately. But here it is. Beneath the white cliffs of Dover lies a vast and little-known tunnel complex called Dumpy. Constructed in 1941, it was built below the early Napoleonic tunnels, once used in the Second World War by Admiral Ramsay to coordinate the evacuation of Dunkirk. Dumpy became a joint operations centre overseeing land, air and sea activities in the Channel. After the war, Dumpy served as a NATO communication hub, but in 1962, as the Cold War tensions grew, it was converted into a RSG-12, the largest of Britain's regional seats of government, designed to manage civil defence in the event of a nuclear war. The facility operated in secrecy, continuously ventilated and maintained for decades, at a significant cost. But by the 1980s, Dover was considered too vulnerable. Soviet missiles were believed to have targeted the site. Dumpy was shut down, stripped and handed over to English heritage. Today it stands empty, a relic of wartime strategy, Cold War secrecy and a high price of preparedness. And basically, yeah, it was its goal was to provide secure accommodation for senior ministers during and after a nuclear attack. Yeah. Basically, it was the lower tunnels, Dumpy, and they did start excavating another tunnel before they started Dumpy, but the excavations kept collapsing. I think a load of people were killed, so they abandoned that, and then they started going down deeper. I think originally, off the top of my head, I think it was going on the same level as Casemate level. So, but yeah, that never worked out. So the lower tunnels, Dumpy, was all fitted out, new communication systems, air filtration plant generators, dormitories, mess rooms. I didn't know this. A lot of information this bloke come up with, but it made sense. Annex level, the hospital level, was converted into a dormitory, and I suppose kitchens as well, because there was a kitchen already in there. And they said that casemate level was dormitories and cooking and all that stuff. Because when you go down to the secret wartime tunnels, you go to the casemate level, go into the balcony. That was all bricked off, protection against radiation, I'm guessing, and possibly blast. But they unblocked a lot of them. I think one's still blocked up today. It's quite interesting. Yeah. What else we got here? Construction timeline. Excavations of hospital and Dumpy Level began between 1941 and 1942. Dumpy was completed 1943. It was 15 metres below casemate level. All the I'll go back to that originally. Yeah, this is interesting. The bloke, I didn't know this. I mean, from as far as I can remember, since I was a kid, I've been going to Dover Castle, the tunnels experience and stuff like that. It's sentimental to me, all that stuff. They've changed it all now, even casemate level. They brought out this new Dunkirk experience, which I'm very, very against. I don't like it. I think it's rubbish. What it was before that was good. Was good enough. I don't know why I had to rip it all out. That's my opinion. I've got my own opinion on that. But that's how I feel. It's the same as the Imperial War Museum London. They got rid of the trench experience. They got rid of the Blitz experience. So all that's gone now, unfortunately. And they've replaced it with this new one that's not very good at all. I mean, I don't know how these youngsters of today are going to appreciate what's there now. When I was a kid, 1991, 1992, or whenever it was, the trench experience, it smells, the sounds, brilliant. But there you go. Time has changed, folks, unfortunately. But yeah, what's Dumpy? I don't know if you know. Some people will know. Deep underground military position yellow. That's what Dumpy is. That's what it was always known as. But this tour guide, he basically, where is it? The name Dumpy is a myth. And I'm thinking, when I heard that, I thought, what? That's a bit crazy. Basically, what he said, the English Heritage guy, he a rife of information. He had so much information. Great guy, great. It was really good. He said a man falsely claiming to be an expert on the tunnels provided the name and its meaning to English Heritage. It was later discovered the man was not a legitimate expert. I don't understand. I'd like to hear more information about that from them, because like I say, the information is limited of that sort of section of tunnels. He might have worked down there. I don't understand. An expert, it sounds like to me he's like a historian or something like that. But he might have worked there. His father might have worked down there. He might have, it's. I can't. They can't basically say it's rubbish just from that information, can they? Surely. I mean, they got Dumpy written on casemate level, Dumpy down here, arrows pointing and stuff like that. Was that added by English Heritage then? Because I always thought they were original signs. So, I don't know. It's a weird one, isn't it? It's quite interesting though. And it's an interesting one. Yeah. Another one he come up with made me think, oh God, here we go. The tunnels were abandoned. Where was it? Yeah. Dumpy, all equipment was removed from Dumpy and they moved out in 1986 and it was handed over to English Heritage. They say that it was abandoned and the tunnels were shut down, which was not true. Before, The tunnels were abandoned due to rainwater seeping through the chalk, which contaminated the interior of the bunker. Which, you know, chalk is porous, water does go through it eventually, but the amount of time they would have been down there, the water should not have reached them, because how many down there quite a few weeks. I mean, it's going to take a while for that rainwater to get down. Maybe hit annex level, the hospital level first, because that's the top tier of tunnels. So that one will get to, but then they could just go lower. I mean, Dumpy is really low, and yeah, he said that's false as well, because they would have been down there as long for that rainwater, radioactive rainwater, to hit them and to kill them. So yeah, that makes sense, I suppose. That's interesting. Like I say, come up with some good information. Whether other custodians will provide that same information, or they will come up with other information. So definitely going to go there again, because it was interesting. Went down in the elevator all the way down to the bottom. So this was we went 15 meters down from casemate level down to Dumpy level. Doors open, you know, a bit surreal. You know, I've been down there before. I went down there in 2017, and yeah, it was more of a tour that you could take photos as well, and you shows you around more. You see the BBC studio and all that stuff down there, the toilets, the bathrooms. Yeah. What else we got here? Tunnels abandoned. Yeah. Features. You know, oh yeah, that was it. The last time we went down there, we're walking through them, and I can't remember them saying it, but they had massive concrete flooring piled up, like stacks of it, like these big, you know, reinforced concrete slabs, and RSJs hanging about. And it's like, I can't remember. I don't know whether they said it last time, but these are actually going to be installed in the taller tunnels as a mezzanine floor. So they're going to have like sort of accommodation or what have you above, you know, and they could have sort of things below it. And, you know, there was holes cut into the brickwork, like a square hole with a small concrete lintel underneath it. And this is where the RSJs were installed. You could see it all the way along these tunnels. You could see this, and you say it was they possibly started to install it, but they never finished it off. But why would they pull it back out and brick up the holes in the wall? They bricked it up and it was painted. Strange, very strange. And I mean, the toilets and all that stuff, possibly the BBC studio, was added in the late 70s, I believe, or in the 70s, around that sort of era. So yeah, it was interesting. Another piece of history that I didn't know about down there. Like I say, there's not really many books or anything about Dumpy, which they should. You know, they should really make a book on that, because it's interesting facts. Because it's always been a myth for Dover. You know, it's always been a secret. Dumpy of Dover Castle. I remember hearing about it when I was a kid, and you know, when the tunnels was only casemate level open, the hospital wasn't open. It was just casemate level. You go through the tunnel to the telephone exchange, to the Admiralty casemate, to the anti-aircraft gun bits, and then to the repeater station. Then you come back out. But I think it was 1996 they opened up the hospital, and cool, that was good then. Really good. I mean, they'd done everything. All the wood and ply was installed in the operating theatre. Everything was white. It was mad. They had to rip all that out later because it started going damp and mouldy. So what you see today is after they ripped it out. But there is photos online. You can see the wooden plying on in the operating theatre and in reception and all that. But they had to take all that out. It's unfortunate, but it's conditions down there, isn't it? Yeah, toilets were installed. Yeah, toilets were all installed before decommissioning in the late 70s. Yeah, what else we got? Well, that was it. Some of my wife works with went into Dumpy just after the government handed it over to English Heritage, And he said that everything was still left down there, tables, chairs, equipment and stuff like that. Where did all that stuff go? If you look at there's a video online called Hellfire Corner. It's basically what they used to show in the tunnels before the hospital opened, in the cinema before you go around the casemate level. And at the end of this, it's got part of Dumpy basically telling you about the Cold War history of the tunnels, and it shows you like a shot of like all these chairs and that and stuff and paperwork on a table, and the telephone's ringing. Was all that in there then? What happened to all that stuff? Was that before it was stripped out, or? It's always bugged me that as, because I would hate to think that all that stuff was taken out, stripped out by English Heritage, because that should have been left. You know what I mean? So it's always played on my mind, that one, whether that was taken out or not. But yeah. Fascinating. If you get to go, if you're in Dover or anything like that, go online. I think you can book it. I think it's every Sunday. Every Sunday and Tuesday they do it, I believe. I have to double check that, folks. But you can get on a tour. No under 18s. It's got to be over 18 to go on this tour. And it's basically it's not much. You don't see a hell of a lot, but you see more than you would. End of the day, folks. So. What else was I going to get at? Yep, cable, got connectors, so we get some of them installed. Restoration project on Patreon and YouTube membership. Check the membership before, because there's two memberships. It's a traveller, I believe, and an explorer. The explorer one is the one where you get extra videos. I mean, there's a lot of videos on there, so be sure to look at that before you join, folks. Because if you choose the traveller one, you won't be able to see the videos. Oh yeah. Before we go, I bought a small projector for £27. That's going to be on a shelf at the back there. And it's going to be pointing this way. I don't know whether to have a projection screen that's going to pull down yet or not. I don't know what's going to happen there. But I'm going to show you a preview of what it looked like. I think it looked quite good. I've got some new speakers down here that are going to be installed, possibly into sort of like ventilation looking pieces of wood going up. There's still a lot of work to do in there. But here's a clip of this projector in action. It's not 100% yet, because obviously all this is still needs replacing. This whole, it's got to be boarded. So yeah. Here it is.
Altogether, information on damage and fallout risks from 40 monitoring stations from the borders down to North Yorkshire. Their work is based on the idea that a nuclear attack would leave many areas undamaged. Panic, chaos and risks from fallout would be the main dangers. The operation at this level is led by Route Controller Roy Phillips.
The United Kingdom Warning Monitoring Organisation is concerned with giving a warning to the public of impending air attack.
Right, yeah, pretty cool, huh? So that's the idea. I want sort of Cold War videos and stuff to play. That's going to be on a shelf at the top, above the door at the back. All the cables are installed. I've got the audio cable, power cable. That's all in, ready to go. All up there. Yeah, and Chris has got a vintage box, I believe. We're going to cut a round hole in the side of it, and we're going to put the projector in this box. It's quite a big box, you know, it's not a tiny little thing. It's not going to overheat or anything like that. And it's going to go up there. So it just looks like a storage box on top of a shelf, which I think is pretty good. So yeah, I hope that's gave you some insight into Dover Castle Dumpy, folks. I mean, yeah, I had not a lot of time to do this. You know, I'd like to, especially with the little video clip I showed you, I would like to have spent more time on that. I might have done the narration again. I might have rewritten it again. But yeah, unfortunately, time waits for no one, unfortunately, folks. So yeah, right, it's that time again. We got sent a torch. It's a head torch this time from a company Workos. There's a torch there. It is the HD50. Max 4,000 lumens, and it throws a light 239 meters. So, let's go to me and Chris on another video, folks, that shows us what this torch is all about. So, let's go to that video now. Right then, folks, it's that time again. In the bunker. Another torch. Thank you very much, Workos. Sorry.
I think it's Workos.
Workos, yeah. It's very strange names to understand, you know, because you've got Sofern and stuff like that. Sofern, and you've got Lumen, that other one, that begins with an L. Do you remember? That big torch I got.
That one,
Yeah,
yeah.
that.
And there's, what's the other? Frunite.
Yeah, Odite and all that stuff. So this is the Workos HD50. This is a head torch, folks. Max power 4,000 lumens. Oh, that's quite a throw. And it throws a beam 239 meters. So yeah,
It's going to blind anyone you're
yeah,
with.
definitely. I think so. Yeah. Here we go.
I wondered if it...
What's that?
Is that the wind?
Wait a minute.
What?
Oh, spotlight. I was going to say 3,000 lumens on the back. Oh, spot flood 4,000. Okay.
A spot. Oh, that's spot and flood, isn't it? 'Cause it's got different.
both at the same
And
time.
it's got red.
Oh yeah, moon mode, sport flood, floodlight. Oh, this is. You need a new head torch, don't you, Chris? What was that old classic one? What was the make of that one?
Oh, the one I bought off, like the 10 quid one from China with the wood screw in it.
Yeah. The ultimate exploring torch.
Yeah. So we have
What we got here?
instruction manual.
Instructions, which is in.
There's many languages.
Yeah, I mean Chinese. I don't know what that is. Chinese and English are the ones that stand out. And we got the yellow. Thanks for choosing Workos. Workos. Unscrew cap. Yeah, so this is basically got the cap in the back again, folks. That basically, I think it stops the charge, the torch discharging, doesn't it? So it's brand
So you
new
got-
cable, USB-C, always a classic.
Is that
Yeah.
USB-C both ends? What is that?
Oh no, that's the
So that's a USB to
Connect.
USB-C.
yeah.
Yeah. Spares, which are always good.
Spare washers. Yeah.
Right.
And this
You
is
got
the
your
head mount.
head
Let's
mount.
pop that there.
So that's your rubber.
Wow.
It's quite nice.
Yeah, that
Bear in
feels.
mind it's a big chunk of plastic. So at least that's...
Yeah, that feels going to feel quite soft on the head.
Oh,
that.
wow, that's heavy. Feel that for quality.
Whoa!
What?
Give that a smell. Whoa! Christ, get hot on them fumes, folks. Right, so battery. Here we go. So yep, took the plastic out again. That's it.
Drop the torch on the floor. That's a big old battery.
That's a big battery, yeah. So that's a 21700 battery. I think they're quite thingamabobs and torches, aren't they? I think Olight do a lot of them sort of style ones.
But even screwing it together, you can feel...
Quality.
Yeah.
Wow, it's vibrating. What do I do?
I don't know.
Why is it vibrating, folks? What? It is a torch.
Is that the battery the wrong way around or something?
I don't know. It shouldn't come on if it was the wrong way, surely.
It hasn't.
No, I mean, it shouldn't be vibrating. It shouldn't be powered at all, should it? If it's so, it should have plus and minus on the inside. Sure. Oh, there you go. Did I have it the wrong way?
Which is plus.
It says it there. Yeah, it was wrong. Damn it.
Well, that's a good...
That's a good sort of indicator.
So, yeah.
Put a battery
If
in
it
the wrong way.
vibrates, the battery's wrong way around. So, red.
Oh wow, that's good, isn't it? That.
Yep.
Yeah,
It's quite bright, isn't it?
that is bright.
What's you got? Oh,
Oh wow.
so you can...
That's pretty cool. Yeah, I mean, you know, you can see a red LED light when you see one because it's more of a. It's not a true. You know, if you get a red halogen bulb, there's a warmer look to it. If you get like Christmas lights, yeah, but that's lovely, isn't it? That proper.
I'm assuming that's mode. Oh, there you go. So does it cycle through? You can cycle through all of them then. So you've got 3 settings on each one.
All right.
And then you've got the little one, which I'll probably be allowed to use, that bright.
And the moon mode one.
And then that's got 3 on that.
Yeah, that's amazing.
And then, then you've got both. And then you've got 1, 2. There you go.
Yeah.
That's quite bright for a head torch.
Are you going to take that today? We could.
Yeah. What do you reckon?
Yeah, but I need it back. Yeah, I like that. That's pretty cool. There's that red setting especially. So if you're that's loud. See, those windows are not sealed, you see. So if you're a hunter or something like that, that is perfect. You know, if you're out hunting,
yeah,
you use your night vision, because I'm blind now.
There's quite a lot of clicks, though, to get it off. So that's it. This is my only letdown with every head torch we've had.
If you're security.
Yeah, security. Click, click,
it gets
click,
brighter
click.
and brighter and it goes off.
Yeah. So I think, it's a shame. But, I mean, that feels quite good quality, and I'm assuming it will fit in here quite well.
Nice and easy. I mean, yeah, this is sort of torch you're not going to carry around with your hand, is it?
You could.
You could, but it's sort of in the wrong shape for hand. It's like a torch is a long thing.
So yeah, it fits.
See how comfortable that is on the old head.
That's what?
Yeah.
Well, I guess you can, so you don't moan. I can have it low.
That's good.
To go through modes.
So go through the mode of red light again to turn it off. How was that?
Right, so
red light.
I've got to work out which. Hang on. Which one's mode? That's mode. Let me find red. Right. There you go. So then you can. So red, you've got different. So now it's just like if you just it will just cycle through the red. So if you have it just on red, then you've got that, and then obviously you've got the different brightnesses. And then obviously if you turn it off again, turn it back on, you just get red. So you just select what function you want.
And it's just going to keep that, so it's going to keep that.
So now you can use the other button. Obviously you get used to where the buttons are.
Yeah, we was looking at the torch then, folks. We was talking about going through the modes and stuff like that, but
I actually got it wrong. So say you're on red, whichever brightness, and you go, oh God, I need to turn it off. One press is off.
Yeah.
So it's actually better than the other ones we've done, because the other ones you have to cycle through the different functions to turn it off.
Yeah, yeah.
But this, you can just turn it off straight away. So, oh look, security coming.
And to go through the cycles, you push and hold.
So the power, basically it's power, and push and hold for brightness level, and mode
goes through
the different lights.
The different lenses. Yeah, amazing. Yeah. Absolutely amazing.
Brilliant.
Right, so yeah, thank you very much for watching. Another torch review. See another torch next week, perhaps. Depends if they send them over, folks.
Check out the discount code.
Oh, discount code in the description if you're interested in this torch. Very interesting. Yeah, totally different from whatever we've seen before. So yeah, thanks very much for watching. CB, this day and age, no one on it. That's mad, isn't it? Just flicks. Right, so thanks very much for watching, folks. Check out Instagram, Facebook, and all that jazz. Totally forgot about it then. And I shall see you next week for another smashing video. So see you soon. Cheers.